I like to imagine myself writing my autobiography. This is not because I'm really good at writing, my life has been incredibly interesting, or I hope to be famous one day. Instead, when I imagine myself writing the start of my life, it helps me be more positive when I'm facing challenging situations. It helps me persevere when it's easier to give up. It helps us take a step back and look at the big picture. When I imagine myself writing my autobiography, all of the frustrating hurdles, setbacks, and letdowns suddenly turn to exciting plot twists. But every story needs to begin somewhere. And one of the first few chapters of Sarah's imaginary autobiography begin when 651 days ago, I hit the submit button on the Pepperdine Common App. And well, since I'm here today, it's probably no surprise that I got in. My Pepperdine journey did not really go smoothly from there. I arrived in Pepperdine in fall 2017 with people dressed in orange slamming against the windows of my car. I was so excited to finally be here, but I also knew that this might be my first and only semester at Pepperdine. My family could not afford the expensive tuition, and my financial aid did not cover it either. So my family decided this was my chance to work as hard as I could and seek additional funding for the future. My first semester went incredible. I met a lot of amazing people, discovered how truly passionate I am about nutrition and public health, and even earned a 3.9 GPA, only missing that last 0.01 point because I missed one common credit, so take them seriously. But I was unable to secure additional funding, so the day before Christmas break, I withdrew from the university and flew home. Just before leaving Malibu in December, I'd applied to be an RA, and I really believed that if God wanted me to return to Pepperdine, He would figure out a way. So I got to the second and finally to the third and last round of the RA application process, the individual interview. I prepared and practiced and did breathe and release exercises to ensure that I would do really well in this interview. And I waited several weeks very impatiently about finally making a decision, and it finally came, no. So yeah, usually I'm fine when I receive bad information, and I tend to look at a glass half full. This time was a bit different. I felt like a failure for not getting the position, but also felt like I had just ruined my dream of pursuing a career in public health by not being able to return to Pepperdine. I was being a bit dramatic, and my family was desperately trying to help calm me down, until my mom finally told me to turn to God for help. So I got my phone and Googled Bible verse of the day. What popped up was Jeremiah 29:11. And in that moment, it might sound cheesy, but I felt like God was talking to me directly. It goes, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." The very next morning, I received an email from the Office of International Student Services saying that they were looking for international student ambassadors from every continent. And the best part, the position paid $20,000 for the year. So I was like, this is the way that God's going to get me back to Pepperdine. So again, I applied and anxiously waited for the decision. Finally, the day came and the decision arrived. Again, a no. So at this point, I was tired of constantly pouring all my energy into going back to Pepperdine when all I was getting was response after response saying it's not going to work. I felt that it was finally time for me to acknowledge the hint that my aspirations were unrealistic. However, I did not give up. For the next couple of days, I went to pretty much every single office and talked to pretty much every single office imaginable on campus, asking them what other options I had to secure my spot at Pepperdine. No matter who I talked to, they all said my last and only option was submitting a financial aid appeal. They also told me that the appeals are very rarely accepted, even if they do. It is even more rare for a student to receive the full amount they need. So this was not the best or most uplifting news to hear, but again, I do not give up. So off I went to translate and input complicated Austrian tax information into a confusing form. After spending multiple days working on the appeal and finally discovering that aufgrund der Kontrollrechnung nach Paragraph 3.2 Anzusetzen der Einkünfte means the same as additional income, I submitted it. And I did not feel good about it at all. I already was preparing myself for receiving the email that everyone seemed to be sending me these days. Thank you for applying, but no. About a month later, I was sitting in my bed, meditating again on the verse from Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you, not to harm you, plans to give you hope in the future. I knew that any day now, the appeal decision would be coming, and I felt unusually anxious, but kept reminding myself that no matter what was going to happen, it was going to be fine. The moment I opened my eyes, my phone screen lit up. The small mail icon notified me that the financial aid appeal decision was now in my inbox. I'm pretty sure I stopped breathing for several seconds. In slow motion, I clicked on the email. Even before I'd read the first sentence, tears were streaming down my cheeks. My appeal had been approved, and not only that, I received the full amount I needed in scholarships. The next couple of minutes were pretty much spent on me jumping and screaming and dancing around the room like a maniac. Finally, all of my hard work had worked out. All of my hard work had paid off, and God had figured out a way for me to return. For the first time since receiving the admissions decision, I could finally imagine myself walking across the stage of graduation. I never would have thought that experiencing failure after failure after failure would reveal one of my most cherished values, perseverance. I learned that when you step back and look at the big picture, every frustrating hurdle, setback, and letdown will turn into an exciting plot twist. So yes, I may not be good at writing. My life may not be that interesting, and I will probably never be famous. But if the day ever comes for me to sit down and write my autobiography, it will be because I've learned this. With enough pain, with enough passion, faith, and perseverance, nothing can stand between you and your dreams.